Thanks.
It's like he's in there hurting somebody. She may be the ghost we are looking for.
I guess there's some religious, aspects of the Cole Spivey channel, because I talk about Jesus, and I was raised in the South as a Baptist, and, we got a green light. And like I'm kind of dealing with religion and trying to figure everything out and why things happen a certain way. And it's kind of about that too. So it's about a lot of things.
Well, went by Kroger. Linda went there. She's at her ex-roommate's. Ashley Brooke Wilhite fell from the 3rd floor from the mansion's complex off the 1400 block of Carrollton. They do not know if she died on impact, but the companion that she was with was brought to Parkland Hospital. This happened on April 14th, 2013. She may be the ghost we're looking for, because I am actually living in the same apartment complex. Well, I haven't seen any signs of Ashley in the apartment tonight. I'm just basically kind of just hanging out here. Tried some of this stuff right here. It's basically an avocado mask. And I'm just, just hanging out. And you'll have a very good night. I close this door right here. Very, very good night. Thanks so much. Please subscribe. And we'll see y'all next time.
I don't know. I think the name may be correct. I think there may be some kind of conspiracy going on with my ghost story. I think the name is actually correct. Because if I'm not mistaken, her name is listed in an article about a lady that fell. So we're going to find out. Correction, the name on the ghost story, it is correct. Okay, so I just did the research right now. That name is actually correct. So someone is probably trying to trip up the story, or something's going on. There's more kind of Scooby-Doo kind of, this is getting a little like Scooby-Doo kind of stuff. So there's something going on. The name is correct. I just did the research. I verified it. Linda got a hold of me saying that the name was wrong, but the name is actually correct, because I found an article that was published not only by Channel 5 News, but by several lawyer offices, because you can sue a complex if you fall off, or you hurt yourself in an apartment complex. You can actually sue them. Same with a house too. A place has to be safe. It's in the Bible, but it's also by law. So a place that you live has to be safe, or you can actually sue. Lawyer documents. I've done research on lawyer documents. I've done research on Channel 5 News, all types of research, and I have just now come to conclusion. Her name is Alisha Brooke. I believe it's Wilhite. It's spelled W-I-L-H-I-T-E. W-I-L-H-I-T-E. That is a spelling. I'm pronouncing it as Wilhite. If you have a different pronunciation, please leave a comment. It could be Wilhite. The spelling is very strange, but it is W-I-L-H-I-T-E. And her first name is Alisha. And that spelling is all correct on that show. So everything on the show and the description, I left 2 of the articles, just 2. One of the funeral services that happened in 2013, and an article that was also published in 2013 of her death and the critical injury of the man that was with her that fell from the 3rd floor. Now, here's another thing that's true. The man was rushed to Parkland Hospital, and he did survive. The woman, 2 different stories. Some say she died on impact. Some say she died at Parkland Hospital. That I don't know for sure. But there's an article published that does say that she actually did die on impact from the 3rd floor fall. 3rd floor fall, okay? So it's kind of Scooby-Doo-ish, meaning there seems to be some kind of mystery going on. She fell from the 3rd floor of the complex that I'm staying at. I'm not on the 3rd floor or anything like that. My units are different. Now, there has been reports recently over the few months of screaming that goes on during the daytime, but the actual falling to the death, the lady fell at 9:30 p.m. That was also documented. In one article, it said she died on impact. The man that was with her that fell too was taken to the hospital, Parkland Hospital. This all happened in 2013. She died on April 14th of 2013. Alisha is her first name, Brooke, and then Wilhite. So these things are true, and we are getting reports of the sound of screaming and things. Weird noises are also coming from the field. Sometimes it sounds like a coyote's yapping or howling or something, and that is something that I have witnessed, okay? I haven't heard any human screaming, but I've heard the sound of like a howling or something like this. This is all true. Now, it is also true, a fact, that I am writing a werewolf movie. When I first moved in to that complex, I began writing a film or a screenplay about filmmakers. It was called The Filmmakers. Lynn and I got a big hit on the hurricane beach ball scene on YouTube. It was just a scene that was based upon that script, because when I write, I actively improv, okay? So I act out what I'm writing, and then that's how I get it down on paper. I have to act it out, and then I start writing it down. The Filmmakers eventually did turn into a ghost story screenplay. Before I found out about Alisha, before I found out that she fell from the 3rd floor in 2013 and died either on impact or at Parkland Hospital in Dallas. There's many articles written about Alisha. She was a University of North Texas student. I also went to UNT. I'm wearing green. I graduated from the University of North Texas, and so did she. But she actually got a job out in Irving, where she worked for kind of business type company. Keeping it, I think it was called Multiview or something like that. Anyway, she either knew the person in this complex or she lived there. I'm not for sure. But I'll find out. I'll get back with you. Hey, just to document this, there is a kind of spiritual connection between Linda and I, because when I was talking to you about the beach ball sequence, she just sent me information about Alisha and the beach ball sequence. There's no way she could have known that. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that. You can do the research, all those that can tap into Apple if you want to do the research. This is some type of divine intervention thing that's going on with this ghost. I just mentioned the beach ball scene. Did not mention the beach ball scene to Linda, because that's what's the scene I was writing when I was writing the ghost story. The beach ball scene it does now have 4.9K on the views, and Linda just now texted me, and it wasn't coincidence either. This is some kind of supernatural thing that's going on. She just now texted me something about the beach ball sequence. Okay, there's no way that she could be hearing this. She doesn't have any kind of spy kind of thing that's going on. There's nothing like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the time on that message. It's very hard to do because how Apple does it. They don't show the time of when the message goes through. That's why I use Bubble. I use the Bubble whenever I send it through. Fancy Bubble. I use Fancy Bubble. When I'm speaking with Linda. I'll send it through so you can kind of see when the message come through. You'll just have to trust me that message did come through. Just to let you know, I believe in the Spiritus Mundi, so I was speaking out loud, and I said, we'll have the date. It doesn't sound like Wilhite, but it sounds similar. I said will, and then I said, we'll have the date out loud, and someone honked at me. Okay, so Alisha must not have crossed over to the other side. It's very poltergeist. This is really kind of crazy. All you people that believe in ghost stories, from Grim Life Collective to anybody that's out there that's hunting ghosts, I think we have found a ghost. We're not going to try to do the Ghostbuster tactic. We're just going to try to research or somehow try to find out. I think she can speak through other people. She's a very powerful ghost. This is a very important person that died unexpectedly. It was a wrongful death. It was considered a wrongful death. We have found a ghost. We have found one. I just said we'll have, which sounds like Wilhite. And also another thing too, the first message that Linda ever sent me was the word H-I, like high, right? Wilhite, high. You break it down, you can take the H-I out of Wilhite, height, high, height. It means that she's probably trying to possess Linda too. So this ghost can go inside of you and possess you, make you say all these weird things that you don't mean. It's very, very, very powerful ghost. I got to find my way right over this way. I'm trying to pick up a sandwich. All right, looks like I got it right from Schlotsky's. We're going around this way. You can see it right here. Also, the license plate ahead of me says September 11th. I went through September 11th. And just to let you know, Daniel Johnston, who a lot of people think he had demonic forces inside of him, that actually says September 11th, and Daniel Johnston did die on September 11th. Now, I'm not saying that Daniel Johnston has anything to do with this particular ghost haunting, but Daniel Johnston did sing about a lot of ghosts. Oh, wait, look. Especially Casper. Oh, armadillo. You can barely see the armadillo, but if you freeze it right there, you'll see there's a dead armadillo. There's probably a ghost of an armadillo somewhere on this road. No, I'm just joking, but seriously, weird things are going on right now. Weird things are going on with this Alisha Wilhite. Linda's sending me weird information. There's all these articles published about it. She must be still. Her ghost must be at that complex haunting, probably during the day, maybe sometimes at night. Maybe she kind of goes and talks through these wolves, or these, actually they're coyotes, but I've never seen the coyotes in the field. So I'm gonna try to get the spotlight. So when I hear the coyote, I will shine it out in the spotlight to see if we can see an actual coyote, or if it's a ghost coyote, or maybe the coyotes were out that night, or maybe they were on the balcony the night she fell. And she heard coyotes, and they went out in the balcony to investigate, and they fell off of the balcony, and she hit the ground and died and said the word hi. Okay, what I actually mean is the coyotes could not have crawled up onto their balcony, but maybe the coyotes were out making noise. They went outside.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
That's a classic car. See it right there? It's very, very classic. Anyway, I'm on a ghost story right now. Now, the coyotes could not have crawled up on the balcony, but perhaps these are spirit coyotes that are out in the field making very weird noises. They got Alisha to go out onto the balcony on the 3rd floor. She looked out to see if she could see or hear the coyotes, and something happened. We don't know the specifics. And then they both fell off. Her and her companion, we don't have his name, fell off, and he probably fell on top of her or fell into the bushes, or something happened where he didn't die. That's over probably about 35 feet in the air, or maybe even 40 feet. 35 to 40 feet in the air. And she fell to her death. Now, there was an article published saying that Alisha did hit the ground and died immediately. The man actually was rushed to Parkland in critical condition. That means he almost died. So they both were very, very, very injured. Now, there's ghost noises, all this stuff. I heard stuff last night. I didn't have time to get to the camera, but there's something definitely Ghostbustery going on in my complex. Or just think of the movie Ghostbusters, okay? The Linda and Cole, Linda and Cole, the Ghost Detectives. Okay. Just thought this was kind of creepy. This road with all these daisies. Dun, 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 dun. Oh! Now, we're very close to Denton. Denton is, in a way, it is kind of haunted. Anne Rice, the writer who wrote Interview with the Vampire, wrote a story about werewolves, and it came right out of Denton, Texas. Alisha Wilhite is a ghost in my complex that studied at the University of North Texas, which is in Denton. Ghosts can roam around, especially throughout the day, especially if they haven't crossed over, and they don't want people to know that they haven't crossed over. It's very vain for a ghost to still be here in this vain place. This whole world is vanity. Everything is vanity. There's got to be a reason why she wanted to stay here on Earth as a spirit rather than crossing over to the other side. Does that make sense? There's something that's unfinished, okay, usually with a ghost. They stay behind because they want something to be finished. There was something that she was working on while she was here. There was a goal, there was a purpose, there was a desire, there was a want that she wanted to complete. That she's here and trying to, possess people, make noises, get people in trouble. She's throwing a fit, okay? But she's a powerful ghost, so she can travel. So I think she can actually get into electronic devices. She can get into all kinds of crap, okay? Because the lights are now flickering in my place sometimes. I haven't got any of that on footage. It's very, very strange. We're about to drop something off. So we don't know where she's been. We don't know how she travels. We don't know her medium. She doesn't know what she travels through or what's going on. I think she's just kind of a lost ghost, but she shows up at that complex. Right now we're dropping off at some house very far away from where I am. So I'm not anywhere near, but I'm not far from Denton.
Same thing carpetbagger's trying to do. Many of the people that live in Pecan Park in this area, they're all from the north. Now, one of our main goals is to capture Alisha, or at least try to find some evidence that Alisha Wilhite is haunting my complex. There's Pecan Square. A lot of Yankees live there. Not anything wrong. I mean, I don't have anything against. I have nothing against Yankees. But I know that they're very different than people of the South. We deal in hospitality. We deal in forgiveness. We deal in Jesus. Jesus is very important to the Southerner. There's a lot of people in the North, they don't even know God at all. And that can be a problem at times. Because if one person knows God and another person doesn't, they become very angry. The person that does not know God. The atheist will become very angry. The non-fearing God person will become very angry at the person that fears God. Meaning, basically, the atheist or the person that does not even believe in God will become very hateful towards other people that do believe in God. Just think of the word Antichrist, right? The most important thing to the Antichrist or to the people that do not believe in God is to try to make the believer of God, to try to make the Christian irrational, to try to make the Christian not make sense, right? That's the most important thing. That's why all non-fearing God people or people that do not fear God or the Antichrist will go after the book of Genesis, because that's the most important book. They'll say it's all fable. They'll say that Noah was a fantastical character, that wasn't real. They'll say that Adam and Eve is fake, right? Those are the things that they go after. So if you're a Christian, the Antichrist will try to prove you as irrational. They'll go after Genesis, the book of Genesis. They'll try to destroy the book of Genesis. They don't believe in Adam and Eve. They don't believe in Noah's Ark or all the stories of the Bible. But it's important, as you being a Christian, it's important, if you're a God-fearing Christian, you will believe in every word of Genesis. You will believe in Adam and Eve. You'll believe in Noah's Ark. You'll believe in all the Bible characters up to Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ will be the most important thing that you believe in. Jesus Christ will be your number one goal. Now, Alisha Wilhite is not our number one goal. She's just a ghost haunting the place. We know there's probably ghosts, okay? Probably. Some people believe in that. It's not that big of a deal because they can't hurt you without God's permission, right? God is the overall ruler of the universe. He rules over all people and all ghosts. Amen.
no. That's actually a plane. Oh, it is a plane.
Okay, we're on our way to pick up Linda on the other side of Carrollton, Lewisville, which is going into Dallas. We're bringing her back, but we see no signs of Ashley tonight. Haven't heard of anything. So no strange noises or anything. So we're gonna go get Linda, and we'll be back. It's still right before midnight, so we're still on September 4th. So I don't see her anywhere. I gotta drive on the other side of town. And we gotta go pick up Linda from the ex-roommate. Looks like that strange van is outside again. I don't know if it's surveillance or what it is, but it comes up here every once in a while. Sycom Logistics is what it says. I guess maybe they work for Sycom Logistics. I don't see it there every night though. Anyway, I told her I'd be there by 11:30. So it's not midnight yet, so it's still September 4th. This is still the ghost story segment. So these are the complex, or I guess you could call them apartment complexes or townhomes or whatever. Right, and believe it or not, what's very weird about those complexes, it's called the mansions. You know, if you think of like Walt Disney World, you know, the mansion. I think those are actually haunted. I don't know. I don't have any, like, I have somewhat some proof. But Alisha Wilhite fell from the 3rd floor. And I'm wanting Linda to call relatives and friends of hers to find out more information about her. Because we've got some noise complaints that are talking about a woman screaming. The word hi comes about in Linda and I's relationship, but also Wilhite. So if you take Wilhite, Linda, the first thing she ever really sent to me is hi. So I have a feeling that maybe Ashley might have said the word hi, like, you know, if she was falling backwards off the balcony and she's like, oh dear, that's high. Like she said, hi, you know, that's very high. I'm falling from a very high. Or she just said hi or something like that. I don't know if it's the writer in me. I always like to put in the dialogue of the last words of the person, kind of like people do with James Dean. You know, he said, you know, they'll see us. You know, I think maybe she said something like hi or something like that. But anyway, in her name, it's Wilhite. But anyway, we're still on September 4th of 11 o'clock. Oh, it's kind of crazy. These things that come across from me. Because I see text messages, I see words and stuff, because I am a believer in ghosts. Looks very strange. Cars just kind of sitting there. Nobody's in the car. It's like a ghost car. See that? See what I mean? In the middle of the road, just sitting there.
cops also.
Shh, call the cops where?
To figure it out.
To figure what? Oh, I mean, it's smart right there.
Apartment number.
Why would you call the cops for the apartment number? What are you talking
This
about?
is public records.
It's a ghost story. The cops don't care about a ghost story.
It's my ghost story.
You cannot call the police if there's a ghost. You have to call.
It's not a ghost.
They're not the Ghostbusters.
No, it's a spirit.
It is a spirit, but the ghost. Listen.
Third party.
Listen, let me.
I have this shit on my phone.
I have to explain something to you. You have the phone? Okay. You cannot call the police about ghosts. Okay?
I do what I want to do.
Okay.
I couldn't find out the apartment number.
Linda tried to call the police on the ghost. Or the ghost, she tried to call the police.
Last
Like
time I
Ghostbuster.
heard
But you can't. The police are not Ghostbusters, is what I'm trying to tell her.
Yes, I'm not.
We're headed back to the
recognized this
apartment now.
stuff. We'll figure it out from our photo.
She's got a photo of something. So her name was Alisha Brooke Wilhite.
Yes.
I'm pronouncing it Wilhite.
But
She's a
her
ghost
best
living in our
friend
apartment.
Was Emily Cave.
Or in the apartment.
No, her best
Or the
friend,
complex. We
no,
don't
her
know.
best
We don't know the
friend
apartment
was
number.
Emily Cave. We don't know the apartment number. But we
This is
figured
where
out
Linda.
this
This is where Linda stays right here. Well, with an ex-roommate or a friend,
What are you
or
gonna say?
I guess she
You
used
wanna
to
get
be.
that shit
I guess
out?
he's a roommate or part-time roommate. That's a better word. Part-time roommate. A friend that she
You
got.
wanna do that.
Okay, so we're headed back to the mansions. We're calling it the haunted mansions.
2013.
It's a new name that we're calling it.
August 11th, where they heard big noises.
The haunted mansions, plural.
Yes.
So haunted mansions,
Sunset
plural.
Mansions. They're on
Sunset
like
Ridge is the name.
5 different apartment
No, it's Sunset
complexes.
Ridge. You got to get it right. Sunset Ridge.
Don't tell me what to do.
It's Sunset Ridge.
What year was your apartment board in?
My apartment.
1999. This happened 2013. I know my facts and don't fuck
My apartments were not.
with.
My apartments were not born.
Therefore, what do you have to do with your expectation executed? If somebody's building an apartment, they want to see it off Highway
I have to have
121.
a
It's
private
gonna be in the
conversation with
backside.
Linda.
Backside.
I have to have a private conversation. Anyway, that's a wrap. We're still investigating the ghost, Alisha Brooke Wilhite.
There's a right
This
cooler.
is Linda. We are the ghost detectives.
How do you know? That other man lived. And I
There's
got
many
a hold of
ghosts
the
out there.
attorney. No. Michael.
She's calling the lawyers on the
Grossman.
ghost.
No. Michael Grossman said this could happen to anybody. No matter what. But how do you know that she was 26 years old, went to the University of North
She was
Texas?
26. She did go to University of North Texas.
How
Yeah.
do you know he didn't lose
She worked at
the screws?
Multiview in Irving.
How do you know he didn't loosen it? She was a smoker and a drinker and laying on the
Possible
bed.
murder. That's why we're the ghost detectives. We're not the ghost hunters. We're the ghost detectives. We know there's ghosts, but we're also ghost detectives. So we solve if it's
We
a wrong
didn't see it.
if it's a wrongful death, then we solve the.
And that's what Mark Grossman said. I left an email. On
Yeah,
it.
there's a lot of lawyers
Six
involved in this particular death of Alisha Wilhite, but we
That
do,
family probably got a a good amount of change.
we do detective work to find out how they died, and if it was a wrongful death, we go beyond, above and beyond what we need to do to find out if you died. Get in touch with us because you have to come out. Yeah, of course you have to come over.
If I died, I'd want somebody to investigate.
Investigate.
this stuff.
Like if you're dead right now,
You know,
we can investigate your death.
Public records. She's on public records.
We'll
So
investigate.
we're not doing
If
anything
you're dead
wrong.
right now, if you're already dead, get a hold of us. We know
8
you're there.
years ago, August 11th.
If you're dead, get a hold of us. We are the detectives. We will solve your death, wrongful death,
I'm gonna find it.
whether it be murder
I'm gonna
or
find
accidental.
it. I'm a go-getter. I'm a go-getter.
She's a go-getter. So we're going to call relatives. This is going to be a long, long story. This is only episode 2. So welcome to Linda and Cole, the ghost detectives. So if you're dead out there, get in touch with us. We'll solve
Why
your...
is there screaming and stuff? We
Why?
know it's on the third floor.
Why is there screaming?
Like, seriously. No,
We
seriously.
know that Linda has special powers.
Yes, I did. I lived in an apartment before. Around 180081 Red Oak Road.
Linda has special powers. She's kind of like a
And
medium.
some guy barbecued his girlfriend. But
This is true.
nobody
This is
saw
true.
it.
This is true. This is
And
true.
2 months later,
Linda lived
boom,
lived in that.
anything can happen along your life. But
This
at
is a
that
true story.
point
It's
in
true.
the time,
It's a true
they
story.
changed your apartment
It's a true story.
name. Spread Oak Drive.
It's a true story. She lived in this.
Houston, Texas.
She lived in Houston, Texas, where the guy did what? Barbecued.
Yeah, he barbecued his girlfriend for 2 days, and
It's a
finally somebody got out there fucking dope and shit.
Right.
And
Right.
said, oh my gosh,
It's a true
somebody's
story.
doing that.
Now
It's
I
a true
wrote
story.
about this.
That's why at first,
I wrote about it
my
in college
black
before I
friends
even
were
met her.
saying like, oh my gosh,
kind of-
you lived in those apartments.
What's it called? Not what's it called when you have prophecy? You can see into foresight. Foresight. I wrote about this in college before I met her. I wrote a play.
I have a
I
Pisces
wrote a play in college
ability
called
to
In a
film
Back Room with
shit.
Jeff. It was
I
about what
have
she's
this.
talking about. It was called In a Back Room with Jeff. It was about
I am who I am. Just like you are who you are.
it was a play that I wrote.
I am who you are.
A Back Room
And
with
you are who
Jeff.
you are.
And it was
You
about
are who you are. And I
a
am
group
who
of scuzzies,
Why? We're just sitting around.
sleazy
eating lanes,
people that were on
35
drugs,
cent Coca-Colas.
that were barbecuing certain people that had abused
2
their
hours.
drugs. And it's a play about cannibalism. I wrote it. It's a fictional play called A Back Room with Jeff.
We'll do that again.
And it's about this guy who, it's about this woman. It's about a woman who
no.
barbecued these people.
And
It's
she
a
went
drug-related
to Texas
play.
A&M.
It's-
She went to Texas A&M and she was 22
And
years
so
old.
she actually experienced it. So I probably was writing about this before I met the woman of my life.
2013, I think.
She actually lived in the apartment complex
Yes. But I didn't know about
where this
it. till
really
I-
happened. It
Yes,
really happened.
till
The
my
guy
first-
barbecued his girlfriend.
I didn't know that till
I wrote a
that-
play about something similar in college
No, I was working
before I
at
met
First
her, years
Buffet,
before, like in
And they were
1997.
laughing. I told them the apartments, but they chose the apartment names. And I already had 3 reasons not to go in there. Because they didn't want to do me about my charges and something else. So I should have learned from the signs from God.
Anyway,
But it's 2 different
I'm-
things. No.
I'm trying to explain a lot
No,
of things to you
he
at one time.
barbecued
I was
his
also a
girlfriend.
playwright. I was also a playwright.
And then when I went
I wrote
back
about
over there,
I
my
wrote about
cat
this
got stolen.
like type of
3 cats was
cannibalism
on.
where it happened in like an apartment complex called A Back Room with Jeff. It was a play that I wrote.
My 3
It was
cats.
about cannibalism.
My 3 cats were outside the door. So I see my little Johnny boyfriend, an iron worker. I had a feeling. I said,
I'm a
I need to go
strange
back to my
writer.
apartment. I was in this apartment for 3 weeks, December 1st. So this is the anniversary, December 24th.
Okay.
I said, I need to go back.
The third episode's going to take place back at the
I
apartment.
went back
This
home.
is just
My
us going
cats
there.
were outside.
We're
Great.
talking about a lot of things. I know it's a lot of information. I'm a playwright, so I write about things, and sometimes later on I find out those
My
things
cats.
come
No,
true.
somebody poisoned
I'm trying to
my cat.
finish a sentence before I'm talked over.
Oh, excuse you, my bad.
It's okay. See, I write about things and then they happen. So I wrote about a play called A Back Room with Jeff. It's about cannibalism and all this stuff. She lived in an apartment complex where it actually really happened. I was just writing fiction.
The guy
We came
barbecued
together
his
and we
girlfriend.
decided to do detective work
You
that
were
about
there.
of the undead or the ghosts that are out there. Well, I guess
Yeah,
that wouldn't
the
be
guy that
undead. That wouldn't be.
barbecued
That
the
wouldn't be. That'd be zombies. The
boyfriend.
detective work
Yeah,
on
I
zombies.
know
Never mind.
that.
This is of ghost. This is about ghost.
No, this wasn't a
This is
ghost.
all about-
It was a raw band.
We're doing
This
stuff about
episode
ghosts.
itself, and they stole my
Okay.
shit from my apartment.
Anyway,
I lived there
That's
for 3
what I'm
weeks,
trying to
and I
say.
went through
Is
all
that
the
ghost detective is what we are. I got to talk to Linda privately. I'll see y'all later. Sorry, there's a lot of information you have to take on all at one time. Sorry about that. All right. Good night.